Now that's fine. Thank goodness they invented some ifs, but it's a bit tedious. So it's a bit tedious, and what we're going to do, we're going to have a small chart, as I want us to have a small Q&A first, but then we'll now move to pivot table, which was the next big iteration that Excel gave us that automated this stress that we all have as analysts. And then once we get to pivot table, we'll now see how DAX now came in. And then we'll conclude our journey to DAX. So in the journey, we basically reached some ifs, right? So that's where we stopped. So a recap for you, we have subtotals and filters, which was very nice, but really didn't accomplish too much. Advanced filter was nice, but it didn't really give us a table like we wanted to get to. Advanced filtered our database, and then it gives us a result. But anyway, then we have the Excel functions. We had some if, but some if didn't really do it for us. Some if didn't do what we wanted, just only filtered our table by one column. But then some ifs can filter our table by, what, 127 columns. But this is good, but it's kind of tedious. I mean, look at the formula. Many people didn't know this text and number combination thing. And it's not as flexible. So what they did is they invented the most powerful of all the tools that they have for analysts called pivot tables. So pivot table, let's see if we can do this. In pivot table, all you need to do is come to your data and say, okay, hey, data, I need to start a report. Okay, so we say, data, I need a report. I need to get a report very quickly. You come to insert. Now, once I'm in my data, this is my main data. And again, your data must follow 7 rules, right? Once your data follows 7 rules and you go to insert, let me give you something about insert. Everything you see in insert is not Excel. I always tell people that. Excel works with cells, okay? Excel works with cells. Now, everything I've told you so far in the journey to DAX is basically us manipulating a table, okay? So Excel works with cells. That's what Excel does. But we are trying to manipulate a table to now give us a result, all right? So in this table that I'm looking at, one of the tools that manipulates it or helps us analyze it is called pivot table. Pivot table. Now, pivot table is a tool that works with Excel. It's technically not Excel. So if I click pivot table, it says, okay, select a table or a range. It has already automatically selected the range for me, and that is because it knows that this table follows 7 rules and it's highlighted it correctly. So all I say is, you know what, just say okay, and it's going to create a new sheet, and this is my pivot table. So since I have my pivot table, the only thing left for me to do is do small analysis on the pivot table. So the nice thing about pivot table is what it does is it also filters your table. So if you look at this fact, what we've been doing before is we've just been filtering it. Filter, 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 gets an answer. Filter, filter, gets an answer. So pivot table also does that. It filters. So I want to filter, but the thing about pivot tables, it filters far more intelligently than any other tool. So how does it do that? If you look at my pivot table, you would see that I have 4 sections. So to the right, I have 4 sections. I have my filter section, my column section, my row section, and my value section. What that basically means is if you look at my report here that we did with Excel. So this report that we did with Excel, this report had North Central, Northeast, Northwest. All these are basically my rows. I have my regions in my rows. Then in my column, well, technically I have 2 analyses in my column, but my column, this values, I have my values here. I'm analyzing, my values that I'm analyzing is actually revenue. So I don't really have any filters in my column. If I had, let's say, local government here or manager name here, that would be my column filter. And then if you look at this top here, this is like something that's filtering the entire report. So if I change this, for example, I change this date to, let's just say 21st of October 2014 and enter, my results will update. Okay, so that's my data. So that's basically my filters. So if I come to my pivot, you're saying, okay, what are you putting in your column? What are you putting in your row? So if I take region and I drag it to a row and leave it, you will see that my regions have basically come in. So just the same way you see it in my Excel. They've just listed my regions. Then all I need to do is take my revenue and drag it and drop it in value. So I drag my revenue and drop it in value, and look at it, it's already just dropped. So it's just basically filtered my entire database by region. That's what it's done. My entire database has been filtered by region. So a pivot table, even though you see filter here, everything here is a filter. This is a filter, this is a filter, this is a filter, is filtering this. And a column filter, I could drop something in column, for example. Or I could take model and drop it in column. So by just taking model and dropping a column, by saying this is two filters now. I have a filter for my region and a filter for my model. Two filters, right? Or I could take this filter down here and take this region up here. See, I've just changed the way the table looks, but I've actually filtered by region and filtered by model. And all the data is here, and it's very, very quick. This is far, far more advanced than my Excel function. Thanks for watching another training video from dbrownconsulting. See you in the next video.